Hello and howdy everyone. Here to talk about the new film from Michael Bay, Pain and Gain. And it was okay. I mean, it's a Michael Bay film. Actually, I'd say it's it's probably Michael Bay's best film since The Rock. You know, I think that's like all I can say. I don't really enjoy Michael Bay films. I think, you know, it's just all too much. You know, that's the only phrase I can think of. It's just all too much. It's just too much. And it's always been that way. It seemed like in his earlier career, when he was basically working for, well, not working for, but working with Bruckheimer and Simpson, they seem to be able to at least reel him in somewhat. Now that, well, I always thought that Don Simpson was the true, you know, talent behind that team. He passed away soon after The Rock, and I think that Bruckheimer, I mean, he got more into television, but I think they just kind of spun out of control. I really think the talent there was Don Simpson, and who knows what, you know, the Transformer films would have been with Don Simpson in charge. But I will give Michael Bay one thing. Even though I do not enjoy his films, Armageddon, I believe, is one of the, you know, worst films I've seen. You know, it's just bad. I think Transformers 2 kind of, you know, skirts that same line. Bad Boys 2 also, you know, skirts that same line. I just don't care for Michael Bay. But he is a Hollywood bigwig. I mean, he does have clout. He has power. His movies make a lot of money all over the world, so he can pretty much do what he wants. And I do respect his uncompromising nature. You know right away that you're watching a Michael Bay film, in the same way that you know right away you're watching a Tim Burton film. It just has a certain feel, a certain look. You know, there's just no one else who can do it. There's a lot of imitators, but no one can equal Michael Bay's, you know, bombastic energy, you know, up there on the screen. You know, it's not always pretty. You know, in fact, I don't think any of his films, you know, look that good. They all look kind of the same, like everything is made of some type of metallic material, you know, and it all has this glimmering sheen on it that I just, you know, it turns me off. I realize I'm talking about movies here, but it just doesn't, I don't like his perception of reality, you know. It just turns me off. There's nothing there that makes me think, oh, well, this, you know, can happen in the real world, just because it just feels superficial, artificial, you know, just in its own cinematography. This film is no different. Again, it has that Michael Bay feel. It even has some of his trademark, I don't know, 360 tracking shots. I think he pretty much does that in every movie. Maybe not every single movie, but I think in most of his movies he does that. He does that here. Again, I'm going to give it a 6. I don't think I've said that yet. I think a 6 is fair. You know, it's just, you know, there's a line between 6 and 7 is like, would I recommend this? And if I'd recommend it, it's a 7. If I wouldn't recommend it, it's, you know, below. So I'm going to give it a 6, but obviously if you're a fan of action films, if you're a fan of Michael Bay, I think you need to see this. If you're a fan of Mark Wahlberg, you need to see it. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, you need to see it. Again, it is enjoyable. it's absolutely insane. It's off the wall. It's crazy. It's kind of just like perfect for Michael Bay, and I thought it was kind of interesting. I believe that this is his first true story. The film is about three, for lack of a better term, meatheads in Florida. I want to say maybe Miami. I don't know. Don't hold that to me, but I believe Florida. And they're not happy with their lives. They work out all day. They have bodies that are pretty much perfection, and they feel that they deserve more. And to skewer the American dream, misinterpret the American dream, they think, well, we can just go and take it. If we can't get it ourselves, we just go out and take it. And they do. They go out and take. They kidnap people. They steal their money. And there you go. It just gets worse and worse. It kind of seems like, Michael Bay doing his variation of a Coen Brothers kidnapping gone wrong. I'm running out of battery. My screen is telling me. So I enjoyed the performances here. I in fact was very impressed with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's a great performer, and he's becoming a better actor here. He's just insane. He's crazy, and I just couldn't believe that. I was like, hey, I'm watching The Rock, and it was just really good. And he definitely holds his own with Mark Wahlberg, who, I guess an Oscar-nominated actor, yeah. So it was just, Mark Wahlberg is good here. I don't think this is anything out of the ordinary for him. I'd say this is definitely out of the ordinary for The Rock. I think this really stretches him, and I think it was a good choice. Ed Harris is also in it. Tony Shalhoub is in it. They're both good. They're highly esteemed character actors. They deliver, what they're paid for. Let's see. Rebel Wilson's in it. She's funny. I don't really know what else to say. It was okay. It was entertaining. It was definitely different for Michael Bay. I thought that, this really was Michael Bay taking a chance, trying to say something. I don't know if he necessarily succeeds at that, but, it really felt like there was some type of message here about the American dream and striving and cheating. It's definitely the perfect film for Michael Bay. It was like a Michael Bay through and through. It's kind of hard to, withstand. It's like, kind of monotonous in its drive. It's just always going. It's always just in your face. It's always loud. It's always that shiny grittiness. And it's just nonstop. It's nonstop, and you just gotta hang on. So it's a slight endurance test. But I think the story is got something to say. Again, it's a true story, so that's pretty interesting. I think the performances are fine. There's lots of beauty in this film. The man knows how to shoot convertibles driving near a beach, and with he knows how to shoot beautiful women in bikinis, strippers. So there's a lot of what Michael Bay fans can really eat up. And again, I think it's his best film since The Rock. It really kind of amazes me that I'm saying that, but it's I think it's true. Maybe I'd have to see Transformers 3 again just to be sure, but I think I'm right on that. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, I had some people recommend it to me who said it was great, but they were the type of people who would say that this movie was great, and I knew what I was getting into. Well, one, I knew what I was getting into because it's a Michael Bay film, but you know, I was slightly surprised. You know, slightly surprised. Screenplay by Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely. I'm not sure of their names, or I've never heard of their names. I mean, based on the magazine articles by Pete Collins. I guess it was a series of magazine articles, but it is a true story, and it really, you know, the old saying that it's, you know, truth is stranger than fiction definitely holds true here. You can't imagine, you know, people being quite this dumb, but yet, you know, there it is, and they are. Yeah, okay. I think I'm pretty much done. I don't want to run out of battery and leave things unfinished. So there you go. That's the new Michael Bay, Pain and Gain, and I'll give it a 6. Why not, you know? All right. Thanks much.